It says I am now live. We are here for another edition of the comments with me and Dex. And I know no one's on here yet. IG is telling you guys that we're here. So, yes, come on in. One person joined, and that's Dexter. Two people have joined. Hi, Danny Boo Boo 38. Hi, Mommy. All right, so let's bring. Oh, gotta bring my guy on. Hi, Tracy. Hi, Pamela Bailey. All right, where you at? Where you at, sweetie? China Girl 712. Hey, babe. All right, let me. It's 6:10. Let me turn this TV down. Down. Dexter, where you at, sweetie? Hmm. Hmm. Can you not get on? Leave us a little message at the bottom. You might have to update. I had to do an IG update today.
Hey,
Hi, Stuckley.
I realized my light wasn't in the room, so I'm like, oh, you have to go get the charger for the light. It's been a lot.
Oh, you've been on a roll with Chargers lately, sweetie. Hi, China Girl. Hope you had a wonderful holiday too. Speaking of holiday, first, Dexter, how are you today?
Really good.
Okay, work was well.
Yeah, yeah, everything's good. No complaints.
You look a little sweaty. Everything okay? You sure? Hi, real life Dill.
Yeah, I'm not sweating.
Okay. You put Nivea on your face?
No, I don't actually have anything on there. I put oil on this morning, but no, there's.
Well, you glowing, babe. That oil done set in, and you're giving an evening glow.
Well, I guess.
Dexter,
I guess.
tonight is about you. It's your show tonight.
So, well, go ahead. Do the introduction.
Okay, all right, so I guess we'll definitely start with that then. All right, guys, welcome to another. What's my motherfucking introduction? I don't normally handle introduction. I'll just be like, hey, y'all, come on in.
Wow. Okay.
Hey, DJRL, babe. Do you want me to just start how we would normally do, getting into the first little bit of topics?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, all right. First, I guess in some local news. First, Black Lives Matter.
That's what I was thinking that's how you usually start off. And you just said, I'm like, well, I ain't gonna force you because remember last week, maybe we shouldn't do that.
This is your show today, so I didn't want to step on no toes. And I wanted this to be the Stucky show.
Well, it's always the Stucky show.
Wow.
But they're asking in the comments, what did you cook for Thanksgiving?
I didn't cook much. Instead, I'll be doing most of the New Year's Eve stuff. We're going to do it a little different this year, but for Thanksgiving, all I had to do was the potato salad, and I fried 2 packs of chicken up, and I was good to go. What about you?
I did a cedar plank salmon, and I did holiday mimosa. So I did like an apple cider mimosas, and I like the idea of people trusting me to cook and me trusting other people to cook, like family members and stuff, because everything's not on one person. Like we're all bringing something to make the meal, and it's just I think it'll work out better that way if people move like that more often.
Definitely, that's the best part about it.
For New Year's, we don't do like food. We do like what do we do? We do like pizza and wings and stuff like that.
It's so funny because that's normally what we do. I always host a little get together, but since everybody, I'm the only one with no family. Just kidding. But no, Christmas is a bit different. There's some newborns in my family, so want to kind of keep it intimate, just like for them. So instead of me normally hosting Christmas dinner, we're going to take it out and do it Thanksgiving. So not Thanksgiving, for New Year's Eve. So I'm gonna cook a spread. It's not gonna be anything too crazy, but it's gonna be a little spread.
Yeah, because when you said that we were talking, I don't think it was on like a live or anything, but we were talking, you were like, sometimes I cook so much that my back hurts the next day. Like
Yes.
That ain't gonna work.
Not bad. Like your whole body hurts. Like I'm one of those cookers. Like I could never do it for a living because I'm like in pain afterward. But that's not everybody though. Everybody is different.
Yeah, if I'm ever cooking for people and my back hurts or I'm in pain afterwards, I'm never doing it again.
That's the labor of love, Dexter.
I don't love anybody that much. No.
But isn't it easier to go ahead? That new COVID vet, child, we're going to get to that.
Yeah,
Isn't it easier on your pockets at least? And on your, well, not really on your pockets because cooking a dinner is expensive as shit. But at least on your brain of thinking about what you're going to get for everybody and this and that. And, all the nephews, the 8 nephews all want the newest Jordans. And that's going to be over $1,000 as is, or $2,000.
Well, I am a gift giver. Actually, me and my wife were going back and forth about this yesterday. I want to spend so much money on gifts. Like I love getting gifts for people. Like I'm really into that kind of stuff. And she's like for like nieces and nephews. I think we have maybe 10 now combined, like 10 nephews. And I'm like, we got to get them all something. Let's just do it. Let's get everybody something, whatever. And she's like, yeah, of course we'll get them all something, but like let's scale back. And I'm like, what does scale back mean? And she's like, $25 per gift. And I'm like,
25.
I think
that's what's a gift.
Yeah. Like, only $25 for a gift for like kids and stuff. I'm like,
not for your family. That's what you do that for them little the little work things. But I don't even want to be giving that up on the job. So, but not for the family.
If we're giving $25 gifts to like our nieces and nephews, I mean, I get it. It adds up. But at the same time, it's just like, I don't know. It's just cheap to me. She's so cheap. It's like ridiculous.
Well, here's the thing. This is why I think I really subscribe to the dinner cooking thing because like I love gifts. I'm into gifts, but you can do gifts year round. So for me, it's like if I can be the conduit of togetherness for the holidays, because during the year we all get very wrapped up into our lives and you're like, oh, I'm about to go see my brother. Next minute you'll be a month later and you still haven't gone to see your brother. So that's why I look at like cooking a meal for everybody because these meals just ain't nothing cheap about the shit in any way, shape, or form. Hey, Southern Girl 7777. That's my girl from Texas. But yeah, I look at that as like more of the gift. Everybody sit down, have a good meal, get your burp on. I love when I get the compliments over the good food. And so it's like, it just feels good and you're just providing that for people. But I just like bringing other people joy with somewhat keeping my pockets intact. Dexter, and I'll lie to you, I'm drinking eggnog today.
Yeah.
And I'm really upset because this was supposed to be my treat later because there's some good bourbon in here. I was going to have wine for the show, but I didn't open a bottle soon enough, and you got to let it breathe a bit.
You taught me that. You got to let it breathe. I hate when people put liquor inside of eggnog. Like, that is just drink the egg. First of all, it's like milk-based. Like, why are you putting liquor in a milk? Y'all drive me crazy with that. Everything doesn't need to be spiked.
Your cousins sit there and spike wings.
Well, that's true.
We talked about that on the last show. Your cousin spike wings. Let me spike my eggnog and leave me alone. It is delicious when you put a little alcohol up in there. Get you some fresh cinnamon sticks too. I do have those, but I ain't put it in there.
I usually don't mix any like flavorful drinks, like the holiday drinks or whatever, like apple cider and stuff like that with liquor. But I did mix apple cider and Prosecco to make mimosas this weekend, and it was.
Did you put a little caramel on the rim of the glasses?
I got the caramel in my house, and
that's all right.
And I was not going to a grocery store. Like I refused to go to a grocery store on Thanksgiving, and I didn't go.
Thanksgiving, no. So I was talking to you and Brandon real quick. Somebody said, Black Showman said, give your folks personal TikToks for gifts.
Not a bad idea.
You're in my house talking about Merry Christmas. I got you a TikTok. You can walk right the fuck back out.
Got you something.
I got you something. You ain't give me a damn thing. Thank you for coming. Go sit down, have this meal, and I'll be thinking about this next Christmas. Your portion will be a little smaller. I'm just playing.
Now, I will say, slightly moving on, I will say that one
Mhm.
of the things that caught me this morning, somebody else kind of mentioned it on here, is that the first thing slash person I saw on my television when I turned it on was Dr. Fauci. Like, I woke up this morning hearing him talking about the omniverse, and I'm like, okay, like, well, here we go. And
What?
he was talking about the omniverse. Omniverse. That's what he's talking about.
Why are these strains? Why are we turning into Transformers? I'm
It's
so confused.
like, it's like the Avengers. It's like we're turning into like the Avengers. But
Book is now what, Meta? And now we got the Omniverse.
when he said that this morning, he started talking about the severity of it. I'm like, I got like PTSD because it literally reminded me of how I was every single day, like last year, where it's like every day you never know what's gonna come out of his mouth. And then he was like, don't be too alarmed. I'm like, what? And I think they're saying don't be alarmed now because there's a vaccination out. But like, it kind of one of the questions they asking is like, well, should people hold off on the boosters because there's a new strain now? So as far as the boosters, does that make sense? To still get the boosters.
Get
Get the
it?
booster.
Go on, Ghostbusters! Did anybody ask him? But like last week, you just told us we can have an unmasked Thanksgiving with our families. Did he?
They were asking him all these questions. He's like, just still keep it low, whatever. But then they're like, don't go to Africa. You can't come back if you go to Africa. Like if you go to Africa, you stuck over there. And then they were like, New York City is like in a state of emergency, and I'm just like, yeah, like we are slowly transitioning back into like where we were before. And it's
Because some people say it ain't never going. It ain't happening.
but that's the crazy part about it though. Other people like working and stuff like that, it's just kind of like, yeah, well, we gonna keep doing business as usual. And it's like, should we not pay attention to this? Because like if New York is in a state of emergencies, and more so the hospitals in New York, if these
Yeah,
are happening like
and
this,
they're rising here too.
wouldn't that mean that we should probably like be more precaution, like throw some precaution to it? Like I don't get it. It feels like we didn't go through everything we went through in 2020.
Hmm. Like as far as people's attitudes toward it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think some people say like it's kind of the novelty is kind of worn off. I feel like we are going into 2 years now of us like, okay, we're dealing with this. But I will admit it does make me a bit unsettling. I don't know what you're seeing, but the few stores that I go into, people are just walking around with no mask. Like it's la-di-da. Like, are we still not in COVID era?
Last week, and I'm not really proud of this, but last week I went to dinner 3 times.
You went where?
To dinner 3 times. Like I went to
Okay.
and no, it's not a good thing. It's ridiculous. But I went to 3 different restaurants, and all in the same area, like the King of Prussia area. No
Okay.
mask at all. Like these people were not wearing masks. And the one night I went out, I didn't have a mask with me, so I'm like, oh, whatever, like I don't need it. And then I had to go to the bathroom, so I went to the bathroom. I walked to the restaurant, and then I didn't have a straw, so I said,
Uh-huh.
I swear to God, the next day I'm like, I have COVID. I feel like I have it. I feel like, yeah, because I'm like, you don't do stuff like that, and so I've been very conscious of it. But then this week it turns around, and there's a brand new strain, and it's just, I don't want to get wrapped up into it again,
No,
like I was.
I'm not.
And I'm just like, I'm just gonna whatever happens, happen. I'm just gonna take
Yeah.
it. Like that's
I'm
just
going to take, and like you said, all you can do is take the proper precautions. Now that the winter is here, I won't be hitting these streets like that anyway. But if I feel the need to go out and have a good time with friends, if things are open and depending on monitoring the situation, I'm still going to go. Will I take the proper precautions? Like, it's a night out. I'm looking cute. So I might be a bit lax, but everybody in that motherfucker is going to be lax. It ain't just me.
that's the scary. And then people,
It is, but that's the chance that you take going out, and everybody is aware of it. But it's one of those things. On the other hand, you would hope these people were still taking some type of like responsibility. I know me, like usually if I go out, especially I'm going to be around my elders, like my grandmother and any type of sickly people, I make sure I throw that mask on because I don't want to possibly endanger them, me bring something to them because my behind was out in the streets. But yeah, this is like, it's so funny because Philly now is starting to turn into like kind of no matter where you go, you have to have a vaccine card. But with this new variant, what the hell does the vaccine card even really do?
Right.
Everybody's pushing these booster shots. We don't even know any details if the booster shots are really going to help toward this new variant. So it's like, you will go crazy thinking about it. I will not be sitting in this motherfucking house like I'm in Debo's pigeon coop this year, though. It ain't happening.
I mean,
I'm sorry.
They do the shutdown like we don't have a choice. For me, I just don't want to get crazy about it.
Yeah.
I just don't think that was a good use of my time. And I don't think, well, I mean, I actually had fun with the pandemic initially, but
I didn't. It took a while.
For me, if we do go through this again, I want to make it make sense for me. Like I want to take of like everything that's happening. And
you're 1000% correct. You just have to see what it is and make the proper adjustments. Do not drive yourself crazy this time over it. I saw San Bernardino checking in. Hey, San Bernardino, I used to live out there. Well, it was funny. Me, you, and Brandon, we were watching that 2020 special last week. And
Brandon, I was not watching no 2020 special on a Friday while wrestling is on.
You were watching wrestling. We were in the group chat talking about the 2020 experience, and that happened. I did not realize that happened in Paris, California, and I lived there for a bit, and I went to Paris High School. It was weird. It was like,
are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
See,
yeah.
I mean, just real quick on the stories like that, those are hard. I didn't watch the 2020 one, but I did watch the same girls on Good Morning America, and that was a hard watch. Like the girls, like you could tell that they're not like fully integrated with like the world today. Like their speech off, and like they were captured they weren't even captured. They were held hostage basically by their parents for years with their other siblings, and then they're super separated from the story is bad. And I think oftentimes we hear a lot of these situations where it's like, we hear a lot of situations where these people are saved and they're helped out, and then you turn around and it's just like, but what happens after they get saved? And it's not. It's
Oh, hey, Aaliyah Monique. She said the Turpin Sisters. Yes, that's exactly who they are. If you guys haven't seen the story, check it out. If anything with that story, I know we're in a state of mind your business. But these kids at one point were in school.
Yeah.
There were neighbors around who were aware that there were a good amount of kids in the home.
Yeah. And you know
for a while you've never seen these kids. No one ever in the neighborhood, like neighbors talk all the time. That's what they do. No one ever said, let's knock on a door or call the cops when the kids were going to school in filth. Other disgusting. No teacher said, hey, there's an issue here.
It's what you just said. It's the whole mind your business thing. Nobody wants to come across judgmental. There was just a story recently in DC where there was I think it was like 3 kids, and one of the kids were dead in like an apartment building, and like the neighbors were like, we knew something was off with this, but we just would give them food. And it's like, like what? Like, where the parents at? You don't think that's a little suspicious that this kid is like? It's just, I don't know. The whole thing is just crazy to me. It's really sad.
Yeah, it's just sad. I don't know. Like that story, like really touched me. We hear stories like this all the time, but for me, it made me think like, well, what can I do better as a person? It makes you feel like if you see something, no, it's not always good to just mind your business. Sometimes you have to get involved and take a step. You could have reported the situation, but I guess that just never happened. It's sad, but we all are praying for the well-being of this family from here on out, because that's wild. But keep your eyes peeled in the neighborhood. Everybody knows it's one of them weirdo houses in the neighborhood. Shit, I could be the weirdo house. I don't know. If y'all see me doing some extra stuff, go on, call the cops on me, y'all. Really quick, some local news. Did you see the story? This was when we were on last week, but I'm sorry we missed last week, guys. It was some issues going on, family issues. But we're back now. But last week I took the story down. Did you see 8 Philly police officers were caught for frauding PPP loan money?
Really? Yeah, remember, weren't we just talking about that? And how, like, we couldn't be cops because we would be crooked, like, stealing and stuff? See? Guess we ain't
Well,
talking.
here's the thing. See this. Y'all must not have been out there getting that good drug money, that drug money. Because why are you scamming the government when you work for the police department? You scam the drug dealers. Like, what is wrong with y'all?
But, people like that, though, were probably doing both and just got greedy. Like, they were the drug dealers taking from the government, just whoever they can get it from, just taking it.
Mm-hmm. Settles Hot, I don't never know these names. Settles Hosmet, hey honey, nice to see you. EC McLean 40, hey honey. But yeah, they was out. They just 8 of them stealing. What is her name? Our police
Outlaw.
Yes, police chief outlaw said right now they're suspended, but it will be plans to be for them to be terminated. Yes, Womack 6289. I lived in Riverside, California. I went to just like I said, Paris High School, and I also went to Polytechnic High School, and I believe that's the same school of basketball great Reggie Miller. Is that right? Did I say that name right? You know sports?
I know Reggie Miller.
Okay, so yes.
I lost my track of thought. I was thinking about Outlaw.
Yeah.
She needs to go. And I don't even necessarily think she has to go because of the city of Philadelphia. I think she needs to go for her own mental well-being and her career.
I want to give this woman a chance, and I still somewhat think she deserves it. But I'm like, for her own mental health, you coming to this city right before a pandemic, all of this social injustice, our violence is just, what did we just recently hit? Over 500 homicides this year. I don't know if I want her to leave, but I need this woman at some point. Please get her a good therapist. Any therapist in the room, please, because she's going to need it.
I'm sure she probably has one, but it's not even just the stuff that's going on in the city. I think that a lot of stuff is going on behind the scenes too. Like, mm-hmm. I think she is almost being set up to fail in a sense too. Granted, I think anybody in this situation would have a hard time, but like, so I follow CBS News. Like I watch CBS. I don't watch news; it's boring. But I follow them on social media, like Facebook and stuff like that. If you look at stories like of crime and stuff like that, the comments that these people say or whatever, it's like something ain't right with these people in Philadelphia. Like, it's a lot of like racism in those comments. Just whenever you get a chance, just go on Facebook, go to CBS.
I've been they do it on Instagram too.
It's very telling, the city that we live in. So like, people behind the scenes were like setting her up and stuff like that. I wouldn't be surprised at all.
Oh, you know that they were, and they still are. They don't want this woman to be successful. And on top of that, like, that's one of the main reasons why I want her to be great. The woman didn't get the job because she's an idiot. She's qualified. She knows what she's doing. But it's next to impossible when you have a city in the state that it's in now, and then you have the people, like you said, Dexter, behind the scenes actively plotting on your demise. It's really effed up. But so that's what's going on there. Was something else that happened in this so there's this Bucks County mayor. I don't want to put his name out there, but if you guys look up the story, you can find it.
Well, it's only one mayor in Bucks County.
Well, no, that's a county, but I think it's more, isn't it? I don't know. Shit, I don't know. I'm tipsy now. The bourbon's kicking in. But so he was interviewed today because the story is starting to go viral, how almost 40 years ago in 1984, he was out camping and he was sleeping in his tent one night and was awakened when he overheard a Bigfoot outside his tent. And he knew, even though he didn't see it, he knew for a fact that there was a Bigfoot out there because of the noises that it was making, and he could hear his lips pop before he, before he growled.
Okay. Yeah.
And he's sticking with his story because even though people call him crazy, he knows what he heard that night. And right now he's leading up. There's this I don't know the name of it. There's this like brotherhood of Pennsylvania.
Okay. Okay.
There's this brotherhood of Pennsylvania Sasquatch searchers, and he's the head of the staff.
Okay. Well, he stays in a leadership position. I like that. But the only part that really throws me off is that you said a Bigfoot and not the Bigfoot. I didn't know it was like multiple. I thought it was like one Bigfoot, one Sasquatch, one.
He gonna be just one when you got some that live in the motherfucking mountains. What's that? The Yeti? He white.
Okay, if you tell me there's one of them, I believe you. If you tell me there's multiple and it's only rare sightings, then I think you're lying because like that's stupid. There's like deer.
So it's only one and it lives here in Pennsylvania is what you're saying.
Travels around. Maybe he's like, I don't know, he travels underwater or something. Because like you can't, if you're saying it's multiple Bigfoots, then that kind of takes away from it, to be honest with you. I like it, the idea of saying like there's one Bigfoot, like there's one Godzilla. So if you see that guy, see it. Because you can't have a rare sighting of something that's multiple. That's like deers. Like you don't see deers all the time, but when you'll see here and there, and if it was only one of them, you never see it.
You know fucking deer exists. You walk the fucking dog and you see the fucking deer looking at you.
But I'm saying, but because it's multiple of them. It's like dogs. Like you see multiple of them. But if you're saying there's multiple Bigfoots,
Is the Bigfoots or big feet? Because it's plural.
That was Bigfoot. Because it's one of them. It's one man or thing.
Man.
Well,
see, now you're being sexist.
Bigfoot is not no woman.
First of all, stop putting a gender on Bigfoot. Well, because you don't know this is 2021 and he or she might not even subscribe to that.
That is very true. That is very true. Bigfoot does not subscribe to a gender. Because we never known that Bigfoot was a man or a woman. Wow.
So why they so in the movie, it was my favorite movie back in the day, Harry and the Hendersons. Why they call him a man?
Well, it was back in the day. They didn't know no better. It was before people got to speak up for themselves. That's why.
That's the movie I want them to remake. But with this mayor.
No, put me in it. Put me in the movie. I want to be an actor in the movie.
What's your role? What you want to be in the film, Dex?
Remember in Scream at the beginning where Drew Barrymore died?
Mm-hmm.
I want to be in the opening scene. Like,
I think he's wearing the same sweater too.
Yo, Jesse. Yeah, do that for me. Hook me up.
Dexter, you were born for this life, I tell you.
Look, they said heritage. Okay, y'all really gonna take us serious with this conversation? Okay, cool.
What happened?
E.C. McLean said Bigfoot is too hairy to know what it is.
Exactly.
Stop entertaining us. Like,
no, because she has a valid point. Like, how could you even have done like a check for gender? Like, sometimes you look like or it could be like a cat. In a cat when they like real kittens, you don't know if it's a boy or girl because you can't feel the balls. But then once the balls finally drop and you like, damn, I done already named you Rosie. We got to keep the name now. Not saying that this was a personal story, but it definitely was.
So cats. Genders? I thought you knew what a cat was when it was born.
No, well, I don't know. Maybe some people who really know and are familiar with it, they do, but no, because I don't even think they have, like, the penis is kind of inverted. It could be a penis or a vagina. You don't know.
Okay. I'm going to take your word.
That's what Bigfoot is. Like, who is moving all that motherfucking far to find out what's going on down here?
But also, how was Bigfoot born? Like, was it born like an egg or something like that? Like, how did it come about?
Well, he's a mammal. He's like a warm-blooded mammal. So so are Adam and Eve.
Well,
Uh,
chickens are from egg. Oh, so are you saying God made? Let's move on. Let's go. What else we got? You know what? Let me just introduce this story real quick. I want you guys. I didn't get a chance to watch it though because I was watching something else, but I'm gonna watch it. I want on this podcast when we're gonna start with Latoya. I want
yes.
everyone listening because I know how y'all know this situation. I already know it. I want a public apology, starting with you, Latoya, and then the rest of y'all can start writing "I'm sorry" in the comments. I want an apology for Porsha Williams. I want an apology now. Porsha came out with her engagement on Mother's Day. Mother's Day is in March, right?
Yeah. No. Mother's Day is in May.
Okay. Okay. Well, Porsha came out with her engagement announcement, I guess in May, around Mother's Day, and y'all scraped that girl bald because
No,
yeah,
that was just y'all. You had nothing to do with that.
no, Toy, I said you should not let anything stand in between you and your happiness. Like, that's what I think for her, not for me. So was Team Porsha this whole time. Y'all were
Okay.
nasty to the girl, and then yesterday her special came out, but like I said, I didn't get a chance to watch it, but I'm sure she's vindicating herself on there. But also, y'all were saying she stole that lady's husband. Guess what just happened this weekend? The lady who y'all said Porsha stole her husband just gave birth to a baby to another man. I want apologies for Porsha right now. Like y'all owe that girl an apology.
I don't owe no man stealing tramp nothing.
Nobody's man if the person is pregnant. You can't like it by somebody else. Like you were already stolen. Like
So Porsha couldn't wait. They couldn't wait a little bit until
you couldn't wait to get pregnant. Like you literally are like this is a non-story to me. Like you literally and the man was like she's pregnant by somebody else. And story that we just didn't care about it. You literally knew that you were pregnant by somebody else and you still let us go out here and call this girl a whore and all that. You knew you were pregnant.
First of all, I don't give a shit. You come in my motherfucking house and I'm introduced. I don't care who I'm out here smashing and getting pregnant by.
You just can't be pregnant by you just can't do that. Like you cannot let people run with a negative narrative about another person and you know that you're pregnant. Like you're going to ultrasound appointments and stuff like that while people talking trash about Porsha. Like what?
And you know what they get mad? Because she was like, that is just my friend.
But you were pregnant at the time. Like I don't get it. Like it's just
with that said, I'm still not apologizing to Porsha in any way, motherfucking shape or form. You know you are a public figure. You know you should have waited that out until that story came out fully.
Until November when the girl gave birth to somebody else's baby.
Exactly. And then you should have came out. And then it would have been like, yes, Porsha, don't let love stop you.
No, I'm 100%. Like I tell you, I'm that Dexter. He's a good judge of character. I knew it. I knew Porsha. She wouldn't be doing no messy stuff like that.
Oh, you did?
I told you.
Well, did you watch the show?
No, I didn't.
Okay. So I will just say this. I don't think, not that I needed to know this before watching the show. I don't know if it's going to last much longer.
Wow.
Simon's definitely a clout chaser. Porsha, if that's what you want, okay, go ahead. And I'm just going by the little things that I have seen. But I'm going to be glued into all of their business because it's going to be the family fighting. It's just going to be a lot going on. But Simon said, and Nigeria ain't no problem. You can have your wife don't mind if you have a side bitch. If anything, she makes sure the side bitch is okay. And y'all work together to make sure ain't gonna be no other side bitches.
He said that to Porsha?
Mm-hmm.
That's why.
But if you like it, Porsha. I love it.
And that's why the other girl went and got pregnant. He said that to her. She said, "Okay, I can show you." Okay. She said, "Okay, I can show you better than I can tell you." Probably talking to her boyfriend like, "You're not gonna believe what this man said to me just now." But I do want Porsha. But I didn't get a chance to watch Porsha's show last night because I was watching the Soul Train Awards. Now, things I have about the Soul Train Awards.
Okay.
Ashanti was impeccable. Like
The what?
Impeccable. Like
Who?
Ashanti at the Soul Train Awards. Just start to finish. The girl looked like $1 million.
She did.
She got up there. She performed, killed it. Like I'm just so proud of her. I really am proud because I feel like she doesn't get like her credit oftentimes. But she got up there and performed like it was just amazing. Like it was literally like, damn, this girl is good. And I feel like Ashanti literally trends every single time she graces a stage or whatever. Like this girl, every single time we see Ashanti do something on TV, she's always trending on social media. Like I ain't never seen nothing like it. Like that girl is a draw. Like she is a draw. Like so
you saying Ashanti is basically rolling, right?
Rave do be trending, don't he? No, but people be like talking about how good she is and stuff like that. I just think it's one of those situations that like Ashanti is one of those people that like people for whatever reason they don't want to give her credit, give the flowers and all that stuff like that. But every time you see her do something, it's always like she got it. Like I there's no reason for me to be upset with this girl because she's just.
Well, what about when she was dancing like a stripper and then she got mad when they threw that money at her?
Well, she wasn't on TV, so like, and plus she ain't no stripper. Why would you throw money at me? Don't do that. And I think that she stood up for herself as a woman. I think women should always. As a woman, you should stand up for yourself. You really should always, for sure. But like outside of Ashanti, like I do. And I'm to blame for this too. I feel like there are certain like publications and stuff like that that should have covered the Soul Train Awards and just in general. And better. Child. I mean, this is BET, this is Soul Train. This really is like Black culture, and I feel like media outlets just like ignored it. And I think that
where was the red carpet?
Like that kind of stuff, because if this was the Grammys or even the MTV Awards, y'all would be taking over different channels and just making sure people saw it and stuff. And like, why is it when it's the Soul Train Awards, which is obviously a Black show, like we're gonna ignore it? I don't like that. Like that to me is problematic.
And this was one of the best Soul Train Awards I've seen in years. Like I was so happy. Don't do this. So let me tell you why I thought it was one of the best ones. Because this time they featured, I'm an R&B head through and through. But they featured a lot of my favorites that it's like they're on the surface of really like breaking through. And I haven't seen that lately. So that's why I'm like, oh my God, I love them for this. This is one of my faves.
I did that because of like Ashanti and Maxwell, because they're so R&B based that it made sense.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Can you say they did that because of Maxwell though?
Because they had a bunch of young girls there too, so it's Ashanti clearly. So anyway, I think
Maxwell, but okay.
See, people never want to give flowers. They never want to give flowers. When
I can give you a flower. Hold on, let me do my Wendy Williams and you Jocelyn.
And the last time somebody did something like that, they ended up in a wheelchair. They did. Well, good luck. You're gonna need your water pill. That's the truth. That is the truth. She was nasty to that girl and threw that flower at the screen. She threw the flower at the screen.
They're saying like she ain't even got no memory no more. Like she's losing it.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I don't believe.
Tommy said it. But she did tell us when Tommy came to her aid the last time, she told us for Tommy to mind his business and don't say nothing. And he's lying. So Tommy could be lying this time.
I would be sure. Dollar.
Dollar Boss Lady, hello from Delaware. I'm glad I caught y'all like, oh, welcome, Dollar Boss Lady, baby.
And there are no taxes.
Huh?
I said shout out to Delaware, and there are no taxes. There's no tax law. I love it.
I actually think I might have to go on down to Delaware and buy some properties.
Oh, properties. Look, this is how different we are. You're like, I got to go to Delaware and buy some property. I'm like, oh, I got to go buy some cologne. Well, I tell you.
Well, cologne is pricey, and I will say, for pricey items, I will order something, have it dropped off at the Concord Mall or somewhere in Delaware, and hop my ass right on 95, just so I won't have to pay those taxes.
Taxes will eat.
Let me shut up, because the government could be sitting there looking at us trying to find a way to tax us. Y'all.
Oh, for Delaware people? Yeah, I'm sure. They're like, get out. Don't come over here.
So you like, why they gonna stop? Why they gonna stop our bags? We're gonna be down there shopping and shit, knowing that we down there for a discount, and they gonna ask for our damn IDs.
Oh, they should do that.
Delaware, if y'all did that, I'll beat y'all ass.
Well, I will say though, if they were to do that, it would backfire on them because then people wouldn't be going to Delaware. So.
And why wouldn't people go to Delaware?
What else is there to do besides go shopping with no taxes?
Visit your family that lives down there.
Like, but if you have no family, no friends there, you're not gonna go to Delaware to hang out. Like, it's not like a party state.
They've got a waterfront.
Right. So do we.
They have dinner in Blanc now.
That's too.
What?
I don't want to say. Okay. Mm-hmm.
He said, I don't want it.
I'm good on that. Like, I'm so good on that. Okay, cool. I'm gonna stop talking because I don't want y'all to catch me at one of them dinner on Blanc things and be like, well, I thought you said. But as of right now, where I'm sitting right here right now, I'm good on that.
Or catch you at the Target off on what is that? What is that? Off of Naaman's Road, trying to get your tax-free discounted item. Dollar Boss Lady down there calling you out. Don't give him shit.
She said, "Come to Delaware. You have okay."
Don't do this. We're not, because I have had great times in the nation's first state of Delaware. We're not. Del State is there, one of the best HBCUs out there.
And you smoking crack. Del State is the best, probably the best.
I said one of the best.
Well,
yes.
Under Lincoln, the one. Under them, sure.
You stay in your state. You stay in your state, sweetie. We over in Delaware, okay?
I go to Delaware actually a lot in college because it was right there. And you know what we would do? We would go to Del State, and then we would go to what's the IHOP? We would go to IHOP, and what a thrilling time.
And because you ain't never been to the country, and that's your problem, the real good food state. And we ain't gonna front on Del State, because Del State had some of the most lit damn homecomings ever. I've always had a good time going to a Del State homecoming, because that's what you're not going to do, Dexter. And I went to Temple.
You got to spruce. You know Temple had better homecomings than Del State.
No, not necessarily.
Well, at least they had the budget. I like Delaware. Negative things about Delaware because I'm sure I'll be there this weekend buying some cologne. So,
and you better be nice and speak to everyone. And every time you walk out of a store, I love Delaware.
Okay. I'll tell you, they said they're loving that orange and blue shirt you got on too.
Oh, thank you, Mexican and oh, well, shut up because of Lincoln. But this ain't Lincoln, and it's red, and it's Megxit and Quills. All I know is I went to Delaware, Del State, and had a great time. I went to Lincoln, and I got dirty Chinese food.
Oh, that Chinese food near Lincoln is so good, though. Oh, my God. It's like right down the street. That is some good Chinese food. Amazing, actually. Just saying.
Don't do it. Don't ever come for Del State again. We not going to do this. You stay in dirty Chinese. Lincoln. So overall, what do you see for Ashanti's future now that she has her Hollywood Walk of Fame that
Her star.
most likely people usually be buying those, so she probably bought it.
Well, very strategically too, though, because she's getting her
Yeah.
Hollywood Walk of Fame next year, which marks 20 years from her debut album, which she's re-recording, and I think that she's going to obviously put that music out and own her own master. So I just, the world is really her oyster. Can't wait to see what's next for Miss Ashanti.
Oh, you really like her. You gave her your thing. What's next for Dex? Somebody said her catalog.
Wait, you say you do not know no booster. I'm not scared to buy from nobody. Get in my and let me know their name because I need some stuff.
Thank you. Please send the boosters our way. Like everybody's got to make a living.
Yes,
and we support small business entrepreneurs.
Look, small business Monday.
We support all of it.
I buy no Louis Vuitton from no boosters because I saw y'all in the store stealing the Louis Vuitton, and the last thing I need is to buy a Louis Vuitton purse from one of y'all and gift it to my mom, and y'all kicking her door down because y'all done tracked the system in there. Tracking serial numbers.
That's what you tell when Mr. Louis Vuitton show up at your door. I don't know what the fuck you talking about. This was a gift.
It's gonna be the FBI kicking my mom's door down. Like, I don't know what happened. I don't know. My son gave me this. And then they gonna come to me and they be like, "Did you give your mom this?" It's gonna be the FBI and be like, "No, I think she stole it. She must have stole it."
Well, any merchandise Dexter don't want. You be that one though. Like you see all your friends getting the goodness and you be like, I'm gonna play it cool. No, because it's not right.
Yeah.
Next minute you know, you run into the store stealing with the rest.
Well, I'm telling young now, like these young kids though, because like Gabo is not like a follower, but like I don't like to be left out either. So they like,
exactly.
It's 80 of y'all, 80 people. How you gonna say no to 80 people? It's 80
Thank you.
running in the store.
Like, what are the odds? Like, somebody's probably going to get caught, but if you quick and you're strategic with it,
it won't be me
at all. You say you got to strategize the shit. Don't go in the back because we don't know what the emergency exit system looks like there if the doors are locked. So you hit the shelves, take it all, and just bounce.
Because the first one I saw was in Chicago, and it's like 14 people. I'm not dumb enough to run in those stores with 14 people. Like I'm just not doing that. 80? Yeah. No, we'll see. 80 people? Okay. You ain't gonna catch all of us.
Look, I'd be like, look, I'm an upstanding citizen. I'm an officer. I just so happen to be here. And these animals came in.
Meanwhile, you got like a purse behind your back. And then it could be like, well, how come on the camera you the first one that walked in? But and also,
I was making sure my purchase I had order ahead of time, and I was coming in to pick up my delivery.
And also, I'm only running in like the Chanel stores and Louis Vuitton stores.
Yeah,
I will be damned if you're gonna catch me running into Target. I don't care if it's a 2,000 of y'all. I'm not going to Target to steal nothing. Like I'm not doing it.
It's high end or bust.
But I think debate with Target, I can just do that on my own. I don't need to run nowhere to do it.
I don't need 80 of y'all in there mobbing with me. We can navigate on our own in there. But on them high-end stores, all 80 of us, we mob deep.
Y'all better stop, though, because it's about to be the holiday season, and I'm telling y'all, these people are not going to keep playing with y'all. You keep running into people's stores, stealing up their stuff, they're going to shoot you. Like you
eventually.
You better
hello. Y'all have to stop. You got away with it a couple of times. It was great entertainment for us to watch it. But still looking for any boosters who might have inventory.
Telling y'all, you better stop.
You gotta stop. Because what, Dex?
Wait, Dom just said I got so scared I just ran out. You was running in the stores?
Dom, he was in these stores stealing.
And don't tell nobody else that story no more. If you ain't
Everybody, come here and give us your testimony.
got scared, so I just ran. I want this. I want to know. I'm about to call you. I need to know what happened. Was it like during like the pandemic stuff when they were like, when was this?
Don, do you have any like inside connections on when the next
Yeah, how did you were stealing them? Because let me tell you something. If I'm a police officer and I see you run out the store and you like, I didn't get nothing because I'm scared, I'm definitely locking you up because you're ridiculous.
You dumbass. Get your stupid ass. You came all the way out here for nothing.
Like, now I'm mad at you because you didn't get nothing. You didn't even
get your stupid ass in the car. Cuff them.
and then you ain't getting nothing, so you can't even snitch. You're going to jail.
Yeah, you and rightfully so with your stupid ass. You ain't get nothing. You ain't even got nothing to barter with me.
And look, it'll be one of them eight police officers who was stealing themselves. They
was on the first on the scene. That was their jurisdiction.
Oh man. What a time.
We are sick. Lord, this has just been a show of laughs tonight. Like, we didn't even really stick to a motherfucking agenda. I ain't write down the time. I don't know how long we've been on.
Well, we got the apology for Porsha, so that's all that matters.
You're right. That's all that matters, Dexter. Okay, so we talked about the new COVID. This was actually no, but we'll get into what's going on in these courthouses today. Jesse Smollett, his case started today. I thought we were done with it.
I mean, at this point, y'all ain't gonna like. Look, the boy ain't had a job in years. At this point, he's made more appearances in court than he did on Empire. Like, I'm over it now.
Like, can we just give him just make him apologize and that's it? But his sister showed up, and other people in his family showed up right by his side.
Okay.
Lateef, Randy, Christian, Raekwon, LaDon, Savion, and Dante. I love y'all to death. Those are all of my brothers. I might be forgetting one or two because there's so many of us.
You are forgetting one.
Huh? Christian.
I bet you are forgetting.
I said Christian. For y'all that don't know Dexter, I have so many siblings. Dexter sits there and says that Christian is always the forgotten sibling. He is not.
Every time when she be going down her list, she'll make 20 people. I'm like, okay.
But then you never heard of my brother LaDon.
I haven't, no.
See? So that's
he's a newer one.
We just picked him up last week. And happy birthday, LaDon. It was just his birthday the day after Thanksgiving. So happy birthday to my brother LaDon. But yeah, all my brothers, y'all want to try the shit? I'm not going to court with y'all.
It's not like we're showing up to court for you because like something happened to you. Like, you lied. No. You lied, and we know that you lied, and we really gonna do this?
And then you lied because you wanted to get a boost in your career.
And it was the opposite.
Well, maybe the family had to be there. Now that I'm thinking about it, because if I've been like setting you up and like paying your bills and helping out with roles, you better show the fuck up.
Yeah, but I think it's been the opposite since then, though. Like, where is he making money from? That family members have been paying his bills. So it's
prior to that, I was holding it down. So you want to show the...
But you haven't been for 2-3 years at this point. Like, you literally you have not worked. Like, you couldn't even get a PPP loan to save your life. Like, you literally...
He probably got one of those because he qualified.
And welfare too. Yeah, y'all better show up and y'all getting no more of these stamps.
These stamps. You don't want this half-price middle.
But
Really
just,
fucking sick.
justice.
Hollywood, I just want y'all to know you're missing out on this.
Look, justice for justice. And when you said what's going on in these courtrooms, I'd like to know the same thing. Who told y'all to get Steve Harvey a courtroom judge show?
Like what? Why? Who's watching this?
Well, I'm gonna watch it.
You go ahead and watch it. I'm just gonna stick with my guy, not Steve, but Jerry Springer.
He's another one. But what makes Steve Harvey qualified to be a judge? I don't get.
He's sitting up there telling y'all don't give the cat away for 3 months.
But like, you don't go to school for that. Like, yeah, that's
Yeah,
what
people.
y'all got to stop giving out these honorary degrees. Y'all get these honorary degrees out, and these people really think that they done did something. Now they judges on TV. Y'all gotta stop that.
Listen, I ain't gonna hold you. I'll take an honorary degree in a 6, 7, 8 figure salary any day. So don't miss me with the honorary degree.
Give me one. But like, Dexter, you're not no lawyer because you got an honorary degree.
Yes, I am. The check cashing. Even if it's one season, the check cash.
Check cashing.
Look, and E.C. McLean said, at least Jerry had a real degree.
I mean,
Steve does too. It was given to him, and he's a real Q. Wasn't it just like their anniversary?
yes, Founders Day.
Yeah, Founders Day. So even though he be throwing them hooks wrong. Would he be doing next? Hi, Daniel Thomas Music UK.
Well, we're not supposed to. It's offensive if we do it.
Oh. No, because he's doing it the wrong way, so you can do it. Wait, so Sonny Desi said, did you guys watch Power Book 2 last night? No, I am going to watch it as soon as we're done with this. However, I did watch Insecure today. Did you happen to watch it, Dexter?
Yeah.
Did you see how Issa want to be me?
Kicking the baby when she kicked the baby. This is why we chill. When I saw that scene, I said to my wife, I was like, "Can you pause it?" And I like laughed like out loud forever. And then she was like, "Press play," and I just could not stop laughing. I was like, "Rewind," and I want to see that again. Like, that was incredible. I don't watch Power, so I don't know anything about that.
Yeah, you don't watch it, but I will because I already got the spoiler alert that, I mean, in case nobody else has seen it, I won't say what it was, but this is why I tried to stay away from things. But I will be watching it tonight. But yeah, from what I hear, it's going to go down. But when she kicked the shit out of that baby, she said, "Fuck this kid." That should be. Put me in the show, girl.
I just asked. Kiki Palmer said, "Put me in the show," and she was blessed to be in that show.
She was, but Kiki Palmer got a name. I got to get me a Kiki Palmer name. When is Chocolate Divinity going to hit? Not even that. Latoya Shantae Charleston. Once I really get this name solidified, Issa. Like, because I could have kicked the shit out the baby.
I do think that
was so good.
I think that's a foreshadowing type of situation, though, that you'll see more of Lawrence and Condola's character in the next episode. Because to be honest, this season, I've seen one good episode, and everything else has been kind of like, okay.
Well, what do you think about Molly and this new, like, possible love that she wasn't expecting?
I like it when female friends of mine, how do I put this? Sleep with everything that pays them any amount of attention. I'm really anti that. Like, when you're not into certain people or whatever, like, you know that you're not into them. There's nothing there. And then, like, you guys get, like, a slight little connection here or there. I don't believe in running with that. Like, I don't think that's...
Well, she just wanted to run with the peen, not necessarily a relationship.
With somebody at work. That's terrible.
I mean, I don't subscribe to it, but we know that it happens.
Yeah, but, like, usually if it were to happen, it's two people who were attracted to each other, not just some random attraction. I think that's the part that's kind of like...
Dexter, what about love? When you know the age-old tale that the girls like to tell? He was in front of me the whole time, and I never knew it. It's love. What about that?
I don't believe in that. Get you somebody else wanting to date, something like that.
What?
Get you somebody else wanting to date naps or something.
Because these new dating apps, I told you, that's why I ain't been back. These new dating apps ain't it. I don't like them.
You,
I ain't been on them yet. Huh?
you use dating apps?
I used to be on the dating websites back in the day.
Like blackpeoplemeet.com?
Yeah, I was on that and a few other ones. I'm not going to give up all my sites. Some I'm kind of a lifetime membership, so I'm sure if I could find the passwords in the site,
Wow.
I could delve back in there.
I have a friend who met her now husband on blackpeoplemeet.com. They met there and they've been together for a while.
Listen, it can really happen. When did she meet him? How long ago was that?
They're married for like 5 years or so. They have 2 kids. I went to high school with her, and I don't remember when they met, but they've been together for quite some time, and they're married with 2 kids now.
Okay. See, that's beautiful. It can happen. It's just these newer sites. I don't know about these these apps, because it's just so, like, at least on the old sites, like, you could go and read somebody's bio. It might have been a little bit in depth. Like, they would have, like, things that interest them, music and stuff like that. So you could kind of see what they did for a living. So you could, like, look at a bio, go on a page, and really judge if, all right, maybe this person is worth a little bit of conversation. And now it's like, bitch ugly, bitch eye too big. What the fuck is going on with that beard? What the fuck? Ew, you look like you eat paste. Like, what the fuck?
It's much so hard out here for y'all. I can't relate. I'm married.
You done found your queen. Listen, it's hard out here for a pimp, but you got to make the money for the rent.
So maybe we're dating somebody that you work with, I guess, because where else you gonna meet them?
I think E.C. McLean said, somebody said, I don't shit where I eat. So if you got to be the top, like the top of the food chain, like the CEO. If I'm gonna risk my livelihood to be with you.
Well, that's fair.
And you got to be the CEO, and there's got to be a ring on the finger, because again, I didn't risk my livelihood and my professional reputation for some bullshit. So if you want to go, what Michelle say, when they go low, you go high. And that's what I plan on doing on the job work dating field. You know, I follow the steps of Michelle, and I incorporate that into my life. Date high, the ladies. Date high. And gentlemen. And don't ask, I know that's exactly what she was talking about when she made that statement.
Why?
Definitely.
Why would she be talking about anything else? It wouldn't even make
Exactly. It doesn't even fucking make sense. Like, of course it applies to that, dummies. All right. So last story before we go, although we really didn't follow the regiment, but that means more stories for next week. So there's a new, how do you feel when you get plans canceled on you?
I don't like it.
Oh, so you don't like it?
No. I like when I look forward to it.
You what?
If I make plans with people and we like set to do something together, I look forward to it. Unless
so when
it's like a work thing, like if it's something that like a obligation, then I don't want to do it. But if it's like hanging out with like a friend or catching up with somebody, like I want to do it.
I'm sorry, reconnect. I got a phone call. I don't know. We've been talking shit about. I was Team Delaware. Somebody from Delaware called me. Now, Dex, they might be looking for you.
I'm here. I'm around.
He said, "You know where I'm at? Come see me. Pull up, Delaware." And Delaware's calling me again. Okay, I'm thinking it might be one of my brothers or something. So I will call them after this. We're about to wrap it up. But okay, so Dexter, you said that you don't like when plans are canceled. You have like, you get depressed. Well, there's been this.
Impressed, but I'm excited when I have things to do with people. But if it don't work out, it's like, oh, that sucks.
Okay, so that sucks. So there's this new term that's coming out for people that explains, like, for people who, when cancel plans happen, and it's called JOCO. And JOCO stands for, and I lie on this kind of side of the street, depending. It's called the Joy of Cancelled Outings, which include birthday parties and some. These were the two that stood out: birthday parties and work happy hours. So I am one of those people. I love being out in the streets, but I think I'm like an extrovert introvert. Like, although I love being out in the streets and going out, my friends say this is the plan, let's do it. We're out. But should those plans be canceled? Where do we eat it?
Like if we're gonna go out, like let's go out, like let's catch up. It's not like we're in like college where we see each other every day. Like then it's like, okay, cool, we don't gotta go out. But like
Well, we could. I can FaceTime you. We could. I'll see you on the gram.
no, like I'll
see you on Facebook.
I like being out with people and hanging out and stuff like that. It's not like it takes so much time. Well, actually, when going out with me.
What? Delaware calling you too? They coming for us!
It's not like one of those things where like let me lose my train of thought. It's not one of those situations where like we're seeing each other all the time. So like having that opportunity to be with your friends and family, and it's exciting and it's cool to do that. Except if you hang out with me, because I was about to say it's only like an hour, 20 minutes out of your day. You hang out with me, you're probably gonna be out for like 3 days. I can talk.
Daddy, bring the drinks. Come on.
I want to see why people probably cancel on me because they're like, oh, he finna talk all night. I'm not trying to do that.
And E.C. McLean said guys don't have to go through the drama of getting dressed up. And that is very true. I don't know if guys go through it, but look at my closet now. My room is a mess because there's clothes everywhere. But yet I have nothing to wear for that night out. It's a problem. So that's why sometimes when the cancel plans happen, I'm like, yeah, we ain't gotta go out and get lit. Y'all want to come over here? I'll come over there and bring the smoke, and we'll order food.
But you still
do something.
I'm fine with that too. You're still doing something. Like I'm fine with that. It's
okay, all right.
And then hanging out.
Okay, yeah, no, for me, it's again, I think I'm with you. It's all about just hanging out. Like sometimes, but then also on the other side of that, I am self-proclaimed. Usually the events that I dread the most, like, oh, I don't really just feel like I just don't feel like doing it. I really don't want to go. I'd rather be home. When it's like that, I normally have the best times ever. That's usually how it is with me, unless it's the work happy hour.
I am on work happy hours. I love it. My friends, I worked with all my friends.
And that's cool. But why can't me and our friends go on our own happy hour? Like, because now that COVID is a thing, maybe the trajectory for the future is changing, because then it will be exciting, like seeing these people, because I haven't seen you in a while, but I just saw you for 4 fucking days in this office. Yeah. I don't want to fucking see you on my Friday night fucking happy hour time, and I gotta act like I'm excited to hang out with Jill for marketing.
I think you go about it the wrong way. Maybe. So I look at it like when I was like single, basically not.
Okay.
Those work happy hours was dinner for the night. So I ain't have to spend no money on no food because I'm going to eat your food. And I'm going to go home and be happy. Eat food. And then I'm going to go home. I don't got to spend no money on no drinks and no food because I've already eaten on your dime.
Well, I don't mind going to eating of the food, but like, why are you talking to me?
Yeah, don't talk to me. Don't try to take no pictures with me. Just leave me alone. But to me, like, I always look at things like that as like, this is like the the like delusion in my head. Like things, yeah, things like that are like paid appearances for me. Like I'm gonna go. So they're gonna take pictures. You gotta talk. You gotta smooth and stuff like that. And I think when I do those kind of things, I get through it so smoothly.
All right, I'm not going to live in Delusionville on this. Again, if we stay in a state of COVID, I might be like this remote thing. If we stay in Remoteville, I can take on the company happy hour much more.
I can't. Because you pissed
But if we...
piss me off in an email and I see you in person, I'm going to have attitude.
I'm not going to have attitude. You're dead to me.
See,
and when you come over, hey, how you doing?
Because what did you just cuss me out in the email? Per your last email? Oh, okay.
Per your last email, we are beefing. Get the fuck out of my face, Jill.
And you know I'm good for like an internet beef.
You damn sure are.
I'm good for a one-sided beef.
It's just so weird. Like, and I understand the necessity for them and bringing the work crew together. And I saw this one meme where it was like when you go to a job and everybody was like, "You're going to love it here. We're like a family." It's going to be the worst job of your life. And now I know why. Because these people want to do shit with you all the time, and it's like, I just spent 8 hours of my day with you and like not by my own choice.
Yeah.
So you want me to go spend another 3 to 4 hours? Why?
That's, yeah.
So with COVID, when it comes to the office place, I will be so happy if I never see another office potluck. Or the often happy hours. Can we just do a happy hour like once a quarter? Once a quarter, I can do that. I just can't do them constantly. Hey, just Ralph, you know I'm mad at you because we was talking in the DMs, and I'm upset that you weren't at an event a few weeks ago when he should have been there. And I said, "Where was your black ass?" And he should have been there because he's a member of the media. So I was so looking forward to seeing him. It was at Patty's honoring. Just Ralph said, let's just say, fuck the whole office.
That's been, never mind. I'm not getting myself in trouble.
Just keep the checks cashing. Because the work is getting done, okay? Somebody said, plus family is real life. Get on your nerves. Exactly. Like, come on.
Yep.
We all get detached from our family from time to time.
Right. Why would you want to be an extension of my family when they get on my nerves? So speaking of family, my mom is frantically texting me like, are you finished yet?
Is she calling us from Delaware? She about to beat my ass too, Miss Vicky. I'm sorry. Yeah, that was her last story. So please tell your mom. Did she make chitlins?
No, she did, but she said she made them, but I didn't have any of them because she was so pissed too. These big chitlins they sell these days, ain't nothing in there. It ain't nothing in there. Air. When you cook them, they shrivel up. She was so pissed.
And I heard that they come pre-cleaned, so maybe that has something to do because, you know, you be cleaning. They say that's the hardest part of cleaning the chitlins. Even in pre-cleaned, I would still clean mine, but I guess the labor isn't as much. But you sitting there, fuck them fucking box of chitlins, a bucket of chitlins. You gonna get 5. You gonna get all 5 chitlins and call it a day because it took me an hour to clean all 5 of them.
And people was packaging up. They're like, "That's enough. I ain't got no more in me."
Quitting in the middle of shifts and shit.
Really, just one last thing before we go with the chitlins thing. I just want to just put out one more time that I love that y'all always say y'all don't eat chitlins, but they are not in the store. So
At all.
somebody's lying.
And I'm going to be really fucking upset on New Year's when I go, because I'm making fucking chitlins this year. I'm going to be pissed off if I go into these stores and can't find no chitlins. Because y'all asses, y'all chitlin hiding eating asses.
Well, you should probably go get it right now because, yeah.
They gonna be gone.
But just before we go, thank you guys for watching us today. We really appreciate it. Thank you guys for apologizing to Porsha. And
Hey, that you mean thank you for you apologizing to Porsha.
on y'all behalf. And then also there's people in here who I know donated to the very special holiday fund that we have.
Yes.
And we are going extremely well with it. We're still going to collect until December 6th. And yeah, so thank you guys for donating if you have. And then like people who are interested in donating, just go to my page. Everything is right there. And I really appreciate it. And $5. $5 is the ask. I mean, you can do however much you want to do, but like we were just doing like $5 through Cash App recently, and it's gonna put your name on a bear that goes to a child in need.
And so when is the last time they can make donations, Dex?
December 6th, because we have to put our order in on December 7th to get it in time.
Okay, so we will oh shit. So December 6th. So we'll definitely be here next week, and we'll do another big push on the 6th. So y'all get y'all finances ready, get y'all credit cards together. We like we like what fold, not jangling.
Oh, I didn't even say that it was a Cash App, but whatever. That's my Cash App there. If you guys wanted to see it, and I will.
And next time you at the beginning of the show next week, can you put that up and I'll pin it so we can just keep it there the whole show?
Okay.
Okay. All right. Dexter, you're so sweet. It was the Dexter Show today. Us breaking down the Soul Train Awards with his Boo's Lifetime Achievement.
My friend.
Did she respond to your post?
I gotta go look. She probably did. She might text me. I don't know.
She might text you, or she might just ain't see it yet. You know, after a big night like that, she probably booed up with Flow Rider right now.
Allegedly.
He probably licking on them toes right now.
Allegedly.
Okay. Well, if it's not Flow Rider, I hope somebody looking on your toes, because after getting a Lifetime Achievement Award, you deserve them toes to be licked, Shanti. All week, girl.
Good night.
We love you guys. Thank you so much. We will see you next week. And I'm thinking after that, Dex, we'll probably go on a little hiatus until next year.
Oh, because the holidays and stuff.
Yeah, we want people to.
I guess.
Don't be doing that for the Lord's Day.
We'll see. Because these holiday season get real long. Like, like
damn sure do. Woo, Lord, I'm like, damn. Okay, all right. We just got here, but it seems like we've been in it forever. But it's probably because my tree's been up for about 2 weeks now.
Oh, mine was up since November 11th.
November 11th.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. I know you're not into it, so Fatima, thank you for that.
I'm not about to put a tree up, but I love the holidays.
All right. What? Say it again before we go. This is your last word. Go ahead.
Put a tree up this year, guys. A Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. We'll see you next week.
Yes, see you next week. Love you guys.
Happy Hanukkah to those who celebrate.
Yes, Happy Hanukkah, challah, and challah bread. That's what they eat during Hanukkah, right?
I wouldn't know.
No, that's Passover. Or it could be for Hanukkah, too. I don't know. We try to be involved in the know here.
Don't say we. I said Happy Hanukkah, and I left it at there. You tried to be extra, and now look at you. I hope they cancel you.
Would you cancel me? Don't do that. The Jews love me.
Can you say that?
Yes, the Jewish people. The Jews, that's what it is. I mean, if you can't, okay, I apologize. I'll say it right now. But, I mean, I do have Jewish friends who don't mind being called that. But the world isn't your friend. And I'm very aware of that.
You talk about this, like, oh, the blacks. I'm offended. Don't call me the blacks. Just saying.
But you know they're going to do it behind your back anyway. So there's that. Happy holidays.
They're probably else behind your back.
Dirty. Goddamn dirty. Okay. On that note, everybody have an amazing day, YouTubers. We love you, and we'll see you next week. Bye.